Welcome once again to Abstract Vision Sports, home of all the latest transfer news in European football and sports in general. Before we start, first make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video and stay tuned for more videos. Today we'll be looking at the defensive status of Liverpool and see if there are any plans of making additions in this transfer window. Liverpool's centre-back targets. Who could the Reds buy in January? Liverpool have already lost both Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez to long-term knee injuries this season. Joel Matip has also recently been ruled out for 3 weeks with a groin strain. Joel Matip's latest injury may force Liverpool into the transfer market in January, so let's run through the Reds' reported centre-back targets in the winter window. Matip, 29, faces 3 weeks on the sidelines after damaging his groin in Sunday's 1-1 draw with West Bromwich Albion, the most recent in a series of setbacks the Cameroon central defender has suffered this campaign. The Premier League champions were reportedly monitoring a number of possible central defenders following Dejan Lovren's departure for Zenit St. Petersburg last summer, before deciding they were happy with the options they had. And despite losing both Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez to potentially season-ending knee injuries earlier this season, Liverpool were still not believed to have any plans to enter the market in January. Fabinho has deputized seamlessly for the duo, while neither Reece Williams, who is just 19 years old, nor Nat Phillips at 23 years, have looked out of their depth when asked to cover for the injured Matip. Captain Jordan Henderson also filled in at centre-back when Matip's back gave out halfway through Liverpool's 1-1 draw at Fulham in December. But, even with their budget restricted due to the impacts of COVID-19, the club's stance may now change and manager Jurgen Klopp could bring in defensive reinforcements in January, something many football analysts have advocated. It doesn't necessarily mean bringing in a centre-back for £70 million, £80 million, like a Van Dijk signing, said one Sky Sports pundit. And not necessarily someone to go straight into the first team, just someone there so Liverpool don't end up with 2 young lads at some stage if Fabinho was to go down injured. At this moment, Liverpool has no true experienced senior team defensive back on the active lineup. So they have to do something in January. So, who could the Liverpool manager move for? We now look at how the club's reported targets have performed this season, what their attributes are, and whether a deal may be possible for any of them in January. Liverpool were reportedly all set to make a move for Schalke defender Ozan Kabak last summer, before the effects of COVID impacted their transfer budget. Klopp prefers to shop in his homeland, where he has contacts, including former Schalke boss David Wagner, who he no doubt would have spoken to about the Turkey international before he left the club in September. Schalke were originally understood to want £40 million for the central defender, but that figure has since dropped to £30 million, of which Liverpool could pay £20 million in January, with the rest in installments. And there are even reports the Reds could use backup striker Divock Origi in part exchange for the player, who Klopp is believed to rate highly, although his relative lack of top-level experience may count against him. Next we'll look at Dayot Upamecano. Upamecano is currently one of Europe's most in-demand central defenders after an impressive season last time out with Leipzig, who he helped progress to the Champions League semi-finals. The France international was rewarded for those displays with a contract extension last July, although the new deal contains a reported £40 million buyout clause which only comes into effect next summer. And that may cloud the issue as far as Liverpool's interest in January is concerned, as could the defender's relative loss of form this campaign and the fact the two sides meet each other in the Champions League in the spring. Meanwhile, despite Upamecano reportedly being Liverpool's first choice, the defender's relative loss of form this campaign, coupled with the cost of signing the player in January, may also scupper any plans the club had to bring him to Anfield this season. However, given Upamecano is reportedly Liverpool's first choice, former Liverpool defender and now sports pundit Jamie Carragher believes Klopp should move for him in January. There is a young man everyone was talking about at Leipzig, Dayot Upamecano, there is talk of him," said the former Liverpool defender. "If he is the one they wanted, then bring it forward. Pay extra money and do it." Lille defender Sven Botman continues to be touted as Liverpool's latest defensive target, with one report claiming that there is a strong possibility the Reds will make an offer for the 20-year-old centre-back. Dutch defender Botman, who has been mightily impressive in his debut season with Lille, is another player in the frame. Botman, a youth academy graduate at Ajax who joined Lille for £7 million in the summer, is a cheaper alternative to the likes of Upamecano. It's said that Liverpool are working on a deal to bring the 20-year-old to Anfield after just 6 months in League One, as the recruitment team have identified him as a player who ticks all the boxes for a central defender. That's all from Anfield today. Which of these three defenders do you think will be the right option if Liverpool decide to bring in another defender? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.